Hey strong friends, it has been, I don't know, I feel like it's been a while, even though I think it was like 4 weeks since I did another video update, but for some reason I have this self-expectation that you guys care to see what has been going on in my life and what kind of like my life updates are in terms of personal well-being, business, my bikini competition prep, womp womp, and just all things life and what's going on. So this is the video of all things me.
Stay pretty thick with a kick that's sick that need to be hit. So tell me what y'all gon' do. I got friends and you got friends. They hop out and you hop in.
I tend to ramble sometimes, so I did make a bunch of notes, so hopefully I will stay on track and get this to you as efficiently, using my hands, efficiently as possible. Digging into personal well-being. I know that on social media lately I've been talking about a lot of things. I've been talking about slowing down, journaling, sharing my relationship. Yes. No, I'm not getting into that on this video today. I feel like there is much more important things to be talking about to you. I do like to keep my relationship and my family very private from social media because you guys see a lot about my life. So I would like to keep some things very private and personal. So I'm not going to get into that. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know that like 3 weeks ago, it's like I'm going to say like the beginning of May. I was feeling like really weird and I wasn't really sure what it was, but I was just like feeling this shift, and it was like, honestly, I keep describing it as like this out of body experience. And yes, it's super woo-woo, but that is honestly how I felt. And I've tried to describe it a few times, and honestly, it just feels like all these signs and questions that I've been looking for in terms of answers or guidance or something, all of a sudden I got this like ridiculous universal download, and it's like, hello, we're downloading everything right now. And that's how I felt, and it was weird. And there was a couple days where I'm like, I don't know what's going on. There wasn't anything bad, like nothing bad was happening, but I was like, this is just weird. And I was like feeling my soul. Yes, woo woo. Yes, that is exactly how I felt. Frank, I had like goosebumps just talking about it. This is like the real deal, guys. This is crazy. So what I did with that said universal download is I really slowed down. Like I literally stopped and I was like, what's going on? What's happening? Where do I need to be? I kept asking myself these two questions. What do I need right now? And can I keep going at this pace? And that is my workouts, that's the prep that I was doing. That was my business model. That was like my communications, my relationships, like my personal well-being, my movement, like literally everything. I'm like, can I keep going at this pace? What I started doing after that is I started journaling. Simple lines of paper. All I've been doing over the last like 3 weeks is I'll open that up in the morning and I just like write. It's like literally just a download of my thoughts. And there's no structure, there's no guidance. Maybe it's a feeling or thoughts or words or affirmations or emotions or doodles. Like it's just whatever is going on here, like just get it out. And I've been like kind of flipping back on the pages and just looking at things from the last couple days or the last couple weeks, and I'm like, okay, I'm seeing these connections and stuff. So it's been cool. Weird, but cool. Personal well-being, I'd say overall though, things are good. Like I'm not complaining by any means. Like my mental health is good. Yes, of course, there's like give and take and pull and ebbs and flows because of the world situation going on right now. But for the most part, like things are good. I really have nothing to complain about. Still not completely sure what this whole like universal download was, but I'm leaning into it, and I'm leaning into it hard, and it's cool, it's good. Things are different, but I am approaching everything very differently. Like I'm slowing down and like checking things out from different angles, like being really cautious, but like being really like into it. So that's kind of like my personal well-being update. Things are good. Whoosh. My transition because I really suck at these. Shifting into the business chat. Now, because of the pandemic, yes, my business absolutely shifted. Nothing was bad though. Nothing suffered. Everything was good. My clients were still here. Yes, there was a huge shift in terms of my clients, how everything was going with their programming, but I didn't lose clients by any means. If anything, I actually got busier, so I'm very, very grateful for that. But I realized I needed to shift my structure because the way that things were going, like again, I asked myself, can I keep going at this pace? It was an honest answer of no. So I did make a couple shifts. I added one more personal rest day because I was only taking 1 day off a week and my energy levels were just going. I put a lot of personal energy into my business, and I would say absolutely hands down more than my personal life. So things like myself, my self-care, my relationships, my friends. I put more energy into my business than all of those other things combined, and that's not good. It's not normal. I am Courtney. I'm not Courtney for life. I've talked about that before. We'll get into that some other day. I did take a huge shift in terms of like, can I keep going at this pace? The answer was no. So I did make some shifts. I took the extra day off. I kind of like took a step back in terms of how I communicate with clients. I thought a lot more instead of like quick responses. It allowed me to be a lot more compassionate because how everybody had been responding to the pandemic and to their life situations was very different. So I need to like get to their level. I needed to meet them on their level, not be like, well, you guys need to raise your standards because this is my business. That's not cool. I don't think that's what a successful coach does when it comes to general lifestyle well-being. Stuff like that. So I met them on their level. Me trying to shift into that did take a lot of energy. It still does take a lot of energy. I love what I do, so I'm not complaining by any means. How I approach my clients, how I deliver and provide programming information, that all shifted, but in a very good way. And I'm very grateful for that. I also realized in my business over the last couple months that I was getting caught up on social media expectations. And I haven't talked about this the first time hearing about this. I was getting kind of caught up in social media expectations. What kind of other content other coaches or other people were putting out because of the situation. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to be talking about that. Maybe I need to be posting about this or sharing this or that. And then when the whole like universal shift download happened a couple weeks ago, I was like, hold up. We're here for me. I am a human. People follow me for the reason of me. Yes, I do provide content and information and knowledge and stuff, but you're here for me. You're here for my stuff. So I need to show up as me. And I wasn't showing up as me. I wasn't showing up as my true self. So I realized that I needed to show up for me, not just in my business, but in my personal life. So again, I feel like all of this stuff is like intertwined and mingled from said universal download. Things are really good. I'm very happy with my business. I am working on a new course that I'm completing right now. I'm studying for that, which I'm very excited. It's going to better myself and my business. So boom, boom, double win. Not talking about that other than this. Whoosh. Shifting into bikini competition prep. Technically, as I'm recording this on Friday, May 29th, I would be 2 days out of my bikini competition, the Van Dyke Classic, but that's not happening. I'm probably going to read off these notes because I made sure that this was very organized and structured as I give you this information. So technically, at the end of this week, I'm officially wrapping up my bikini competition prep with my coach. The last couple weeks have been like a big transition in terms of easing out of things. I'm still adhering, but loosely, if that even makes any kind of sense. To me it does, and we're going with that. Prior to committing to this bikini competition 21 weeks ago, I told myself that I wanted to do powerlifting competition here in Mexico at the end of this year, which was like the beginning of December. I knew that if I wanted to do that, then I would have to make a transition from bikini prep or bikini shows into powerlifting, usually around September. That was like kind of my cutoff in order to give myself a proper prep and ease back into the powerlifting training. May 31st show was canceled. So then I pushed for 3 potential shows at the end of July. Boom, boom, boom. Those all got pushed. To be completely honest, I don't know if and when shows will be happening in Canada. But with all the cancellations and unsure expectations that shows could even happen at the end of August, my kind of like window of opportunity, as I call it, for bikini was getting smaller and smaller. It wasn't the nutrition adherence that was difficult. It wasn't the training that was difficult. I was nailing those week after week, whether it was pandemic or not. All of those things, I still made it happen. My gym closed. I still got all of my I think I have 500 pounds worth of gym equipment in the corner right now, which is like dumbbells and plates. But like everything was still fine. That wasn't the issue. It was everything else. It was all the external factors, and they started to like really tax on me. And even though I didn't feel stressed, my body was telling me otherwise. So things like I was constantly struggling with getting like good sleep. My digestion wasn't regular. I was lagging bowel movements even with supplementation. My stress, when I get really stressed, it suppresses my appetite, so I was more or less force feeding myself. And it was just like wearing on me and wearing on me and wearing on me to the point where I was like, this is a flag. This is a sign. I don't have to put myself into this pressure, into this situation. So my coach and I talked about doing a mini cut to see where everything was by the end of May, where I am now. So, which was like the original deadline anyway. So the beginning of May was when I had, boom, said universal download shift things happening in my life. And I was getting a lot of signs, feelings, shifts, and emotions. But I knew this was what I needed to do. It was just like, I don't know what's going on, but this is what feels right. Me leaning into it. So to keep it short, I told him how I was mentally struggling to reconnect with my internal self. I had been so focused on like this external shell, how I trained, what I look like, that I was missing this internal connection. And I was thinking about how the food supports my visual physique, not the energy for my life. The workouts were only for aesthetics, nothing else. It was like, just do the motions. I was literally like on autopilot going through the motions right before shift happened. I was starting to feel resistance and missing the connection on why I loved doing what I do with strength training and flexible dieting. Ultimately, everything comes back to powerlifting and flexible dieting. I always listen to my body. I always tune into the signs that I get. I never like to. I've been through burnouts before, so when I start to like feel the resistance, I'm like, okay, signs are happening. This is happening for a reason. So I really try to tune into those. For 4 weeks, we've been pushing into a mini cut. I'm kind of like officially ending that with my coach right now or in a couple weeks. I'm right now very slowly starting to implement some of my personal basic principles of strength training and flexible dieting. Honestly, over 20 weeks of doing competition prep, I really miss the back and the chest workouts. I was like, I just want to do pull-ups right now. You know what I mean? Like I miss the pull-ups. And I'm taking it so slow. So slow. 21 weeks of meal plan adherence, no cheat meals, training program adherence, no skip workouts or half-ass sessions. Every single session was my honest best effort. I put on muscle. Like there's definitely some great things that came from this prep. I put on muscle. I grew my glutes. Those things still got bigger. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about the sport and my coaches, and I still very much love and respect them. So I still want to compete in bikini, but I know that it's okay for my goals to change and for me to focus on what I need right now. Clearly, it's okay to have a plan because that gives us purpose. That gives us reasons why we do what we do. Plans never ever actually go how we ideally envision them. Of course, we always like envision like this ideal, perfect situation. Things always go exactly to plan, but really, like, how often does that actually happen? Never, right? So I'm okay with it. I'm still moving forward. Everything's okay. I am just shifting, leaning into things, totally okay. There are no setbacks, there are no rebounds, there's no pity parties. I'm not a failure. This again, just a shift. I don't know why I keep doing that, but it's working. I'm embracing the fuck out of said shift. I'm totally okay with it. Whoosh. So where does that leave me now? What the heck am I doing with my life? What are my goals and my plans? I want to get strong. Like I said, I just really miss the strength training aspect. Very slowly transitioning. I'm not doing a hard bikini prep ends Friday, powerlifting prep starts Monday. No, that is not smart. I have not done strength training. I haven't done anything less than 15 reps in like 20 weeks. It has been a very long time since I've done anything. So I have to very slowly transition into it. My body has been through many changes. Grown muscle, it's lost fiber, tissue, stuff. It's gone through these stress factors and these ebbs and flows. So I need to be smart, and that's what I'm doing. I am going very slow with it. But I know that there is a lot of SBD work coming for me soon, and I'm very excited. I have been lifting heavier lately, especially with deadlifting, and it just feels so fucking good. I love it so hard. Nutrition, I'm slowly transitioning back into a flexible approach just because honestly, I feel better that way. Easing out of the diet that my coach had given me that I literally have been following for 21 weeks. I'm not going into like a gain phase by any means. Like I'm really going off how I feel, and I am like really fucking in tune with my body. Like I said, just in terms of like how I feel with post-workout energy, how I wake up in the mornings, what I feel like, what my stomach is telling me, what my energy levels are telling me. I got blood tested. I don't know why I'm putting my hands up. Blood tested. So I'm listening to what my blood is telling me. I am being very flexible. I am tracking my nutrition, but I am being so friggin' loose with it. Not everything right now is perfect. And right now, again, just leaning into all of this new and shifting with how I feel. So yeah, I want to powerlift in December, but at this point, who knows what's going on. But like I said, I'm just really leaning into everything that's going on. This kind of is almost the end of my update. Everything is good. I'm ready for some tacos in my life. I'm ready to deadlift heavy. I'm ready to get more in tune with my internal self. I moved to Mexico so I could friggin' enjoy life, and that's what I want to be doing right now. It's fun. I don't know what's going on, but life is good. That is my update. That's all I got for you. If you have questions, if there's anything specific you want to know more about, I'm doing my best to be honest with things on social media, but I am being very aware of how I feel with my energy every day. I said this to one of my friends today, I'm not the kind of person to post and ghost. So I'm not just gonna like post every day because I need to post every day. Like, I'm really, really tuning into my energy levels. And if I don't have the energy, I'm not gonna commit my time, and I'm not gonna waste your time either. So I'm being like really, really in tune with everything. You know where to find me. I'm not gonna get into all the rambles. Subscribe. Bye, strong friends. Have an amazing day. Holy shit, I can't believe it's June. Be smart, be healthy, and honestly, like, please take care of yourself and listen to the signs.